Our goal is to provide about 3 days worth of food for each of the families that comes in, and they kind of take advantage of as much choice as we can offer through our shopping model. About 5 years ago, we actually reorganized into the client shopping model that we have today, where we are set up like a small convenience store, offering customers a choice of different amounts, depending on their family size, from the different categories of the food pyramid. So we also have a produce area that we set up each and every day, and you're able to kind of browse through the produce area and pick out the fruits and vegetables that you need as well. And the quantities for that are set based on sort of the availability that we have on hand of that particular produce item and its perishability. Space is also a significant issue. So we provide services to 1,100 households a week, which means we're distributing between 40 and 45,000 pounds of food. And we do that out of a space that is 800 square feet. One of the concerns we had was how we were going to be able to make a system work in such a small amount of space. But we knew that, within this room we had to have something make sense and work. And we really looked at sort of what were the important criteria for us. And that was making sure that there was access to both the canned and dry goods and access to the fresh fruits and vegetables. And we found corners for that. And I'd say that we've probably trialed and errored our space a half a dozen times. But we know that this is the room it's going to work in, and we've just kind of made ourselves dedicated to that. And as scary as it is, volunteers were always happy to put in ideas as to how it might get a little better. Customers are more than happy to put in their 2 cents worth as to how it might get better. And over time, I think we've found something that works for us. The nice thing of this system is it really maximizes the amount of choice that a customer family can have. There was significant comment when we moved from bagged groceries to limited choice about how greater and how more empowering the ability to even make a little bit of choice was. And we also saw it in no longer needing a volunteer to go out into the neighborhood to pick up waste. We actually did a follow-up survey about 3 months after making the change. We had overwhelming customer approval. So if we looked at customers who were accessing the food bank before and accessing the food bank after the change, it was right around 85 to 90% approval in the choices that we're making. And that for us was huge. And then also significantly, when we look at the amount of food that we were actually distributing, it actually increased by about 2 to 2.5 pounds of food per customer per week. Our community has really responded well to the idea of a food bank providing a maximum amount of choice and respect to its customers, and as a result they've treated us very, very well with donations to ensure that we're successful in our mission. With respect to kind of getting started and getting off the ground, I would say that the process itself is less intimidating and less scary than it seems. But really, it's involving key volunteers, it's being not afraid to make a little bit of a mistake, and really kind of figuring out what will make sense within the space that you have for arranging that food and then making it available to customers. But really, I would say go forward and move in the direction of customer shopping, because you won't be disappointed with the results. Your community and your customers definitely appreciate the change.